From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, May the 13th, 2020. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo departed Israel this evening after an 8-hour visit today. Pompeo arrived this morning going straight to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his residence in Jerusalem. The two addressed the press, where the Prime Minister thanked the Secretary of State for making the trip to Israel, saying Pompeo's first in some time, presumably since the coronavirus outbreak. The pandemic was one of the issues the two said they would discuss in their meeting, and Netanyahu told Pompeo his arrival to Israel at this time was a testament to the strength of the U.S.-Israel alliance and its timing on the eve of the anniversary of May the 14th, 1948.
Tomorrow marks 72 years from the recognition of President Truman of the State of Israel, the young State of Israel. And it also marks 2 years from another historic decision, the recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital by President Trump. I think that this brackets the tremendous partnership that we have, the friendship that we have, the great sympathies that the people of Israel and the people of America have with one another. Your trip at this time is a powerful expression of that, and I want to welcome you in this spirit to Jerusalem. Thank you, Mike.
Pompeo then met with Blue and White Party leader Benny Gantz, who of course will share premiership with Netanyahu, taking over for the second half in the new unity government expected to be sworn in late tomorrow. Gantz tweeted the two also spoke of the battle against the virus, the U.S. peace plan, and threats in the region. Gantz tweeted, "I thanked Pompeo for the strong American stance against global terrorism, and I look forward to working closely alongside him to advance peace and regional stability and ensure Israel's security." Last night, Gantz submitted his resignation as Speaker of the Knesset ahead of tomorrow's ceremony, where he is expected to be sworn in as Israel's new defense minister, which he will serve during Netanyahu's 18 months as prime minister. Likud lawmaker Yariv Levin is expected to become the new Speaker of the Knesset. He resigned from his old post as tourism minister. The new government, aside from Likud and Blue and White, will also include United Torah Judaism, Shas, Labor, and Gesher. Notably, Naftali Bennett's Yamina party, at least as it stands at the moment, will not be part of the government. May is Jewish American Heritage Month, and the member organizations of the Conference of Presidents released a joint statement today in honor of the month. It read in part, "This year, while we celebrate, our community faces the unprecedented challenges presented by COVID-19, as well as the resurgence of virulent anti-Semitism, calling one a disease of the body, the other of the spirit. Saying during times of distress in our long history, we have survived and flourished when we act in unity, focused on the shared commitments that bind us together as one people, our faith, our country, and our support for Israel. In keeping with that tradition, we commit ourselves, our organizations, and our community to working together with all of our fellow Americans based on our shared commitment to democracy and our devotion to our country's prosperity, to sustain each other in these troubled times as we banish bigotry from our midst." The World Union for Progressive Judaism has a new leader. Rabbi Sergio Bergman is the first Latin American to serve as president. Born in Buenos Aires, Bergman previously served as Argentina's Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development and was the first rabbi ever elected to the Buenos Aires City Parliament. Bergman will take over for Rabbi David Saperstein on June the 1st. He told the JTA, "I am convinced of the enormous potential we have as a global organization to revitalize and regenerate our peoplehood. We are a network to empower and collaborate in programs to enrich Judaism with a total respect of the uniqueness of each community in every country." The World Union was established in London in 1926. It is the international arm of the Reform, Liberal, Progressive, and Reconstructionist movements, with approximately 1.8 million members in over 50 countries. Well, the flags of countries home to Jewish communities hard hit by the coronavirus pandemic were projected onto the walls of Jerusalem's Old City last night. A special tribute from Israel's Ministry of Diaspora Affairs, whose minister Tzipi Hatoveli said, demonstrating support tonight for our Jewish brothers and sisters in all communities around the world. She specifically mentioned Paris, London, Rome, and New York, saying Israel sends a big hug to our brothers throughout the world. Jewish communities have stood beside Israel during war and terror and celebrated with us during times of triumph. Today, we stand with you. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, May the 13th at 7 o'clock. It's episode 3 of the award-winning Israeli TV series A Touch Away. At 8, British Colonel Richard Kemp describes the unique moral qualities of the IDF. And Sarah Idan, Miss Iraq of 2017, receives a special award at the 2019 Stand With Us Gala. At 9 o'clock, Mark Golub sits down with co-creator and star of the hit Israeli series on Netflix, Fauda, Lior Raz, who talks about how the action series draws a sharp distinction between Palestinian violence and the Israeli response, while portraying the humanity of both societies. At 10, Mati Friedman and Mijal Biton discuss the secret role of Mizrahi spies. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, May the 13th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.